in my series of these kind of larger warbirds, of course I couldn't miss this one. So this is the E-Flite Corsair F4U 1.2 meter wingspan, and this one has actually been around for quite some time, so it's not a new RC airplane. So I actually did decide to upgrade all the electronics inside. So I replaced the receiver and put in a Spectrum AR630 receiver, and I did also swap the ESC to an Avian 45 amp ESC. And I did the same actually on my Mustang P51 1.2 meter and also on my P47D. So all the three warbirds will actually have all the smart features. So I'm really eager to get this one up in the air. So let's head out to the flying field. Finally, it's time to my E-Flite Corsair 1.2 to Maiden this one. So let's see how it works with flaps. So gears and flaps are up, and it was an easy takeoff. So I'm running this on a 4S 2200 milliamp smart battery, and I will stay a little bit high at first just to experience how this one flies and do my usual round of aerobatics. The track's really nice, this Corsair. Feels rock steady in the air. And I'm actually around 50 to 70% throttle, so I don't need to push it too much. This is 100%. So there's my ESC alarm. So it is speedy on 4S for sure. And really snappy roll. And what happens is actually the ESC alarm triggers when the voltage drop down. And it usually does when you actually push the RC airplane, especially when you do aerobatics. So I like to keep it a little bit lower. So the around 70% for these maneuvers is a really nice place to be to preserve some power. Then you don't have to listen to this annoying ESC alarm. Against this blue sky, I have no problem telling orientation. It's just a nice looking bird in the air. Okay, so let's just slow down and respect the ESC alarm and go into flaps. And it did slow down without any ballooning. And now it's really slow. So maybe I'm about 30% throttle, just to have some air blowing around the wings. So flap flying is certainly slow. Let's deploy the gears then. I have a slow flyby to just check that the gears are really down, and they are. It's a really nice looking. Oh, it's a beauty, this Corsair, really. So final turn then, and then go into landing approach. Okay, get it down at least on the wheels, so that's nice. Well, let's just walk up to this one instead of taxiing. You never know if you will, if the wheels are stuck somewhere. So I enjoyed this Maiden. I think this is a really rock steady RC airplane, and it looks super nice when it flies. I quite quickly discovered that this is one amazing flying RC airplane. I honestly think that it felt right away really nice. It didn't have any tendency to be over controlled or under control. There was no tendency to actually stall. I think with the flaps engaged, it just slows down so nice. Takeoffs were kind of really nice actually. I discovered that it does have a strong torque, this one. So you actually have to be really, take it easy on the throttle on takeoff. It didn't require much speed to actually get up in the air. So it's just a really nice experience. The only things that I actually experienced was on some landings I had a too steep angle, I didn't flare enough, and the RC airplane did actually tip over. So it was just totally my fault. And of course it is a little bit more difficult when you land on grass, because the grass will actually kind of stop the wheels, and it's quite easy to actually tip over. But when I did discover that this part, the rear fin then, is quite, this is quite, I would say, a little bit weak. So when it did nose over, it did hit this part, and there were some sort of compression marks on this part. So I did put in a carbon fiber rod going in from the top and a little bit down, so it's reinforced. And I did the same thing on this part. So there are actually two kind of 1.5 millimeter carbon fiber rods just to reinforce it. And the assembly of this one is really super easy, because the main wing is held by only 4 screws, and all the linkage for the servos and the landing gears and everything is attached. So you only have to attach the cables for everything to your receiver. Actually the rear part is held by only 1 screw, and of course you have to attach the linkage. But I think it's just a nicely experience when you assemble this one. And to have a look inside then, a great thing is also this hatch is actually a really strong magnet. So this one won't come off when you fly, and it does feature this kind of nice pilot as well inside. So when you purchase this one, it does actually come with an AR636 receiver, but I opted to replace the receiver. So inside this one is actually an AR630 receiver, and I did also replace the ESC. So there's an Avian 45 amp ESC, and I did this because I actually really like to have all the telemetry from the battery. So this way actually the ESC feeds the receiver all the telemetry data, which then sends it to my TX. So I have total control of battery voltage, and you certainly heard the kind of tone alarm being triggered. So it's a great way to just keep on flying, and when you actually experience these tones, you know that will eventually have to land. When they do come a bit annoying, you really have to land. So I think it's just a nice feature, and when you have it, I would like to be without it. I did fly this one also on both 3S and 4S, and I think the performance on either is really nice. I think when you actually go up to the 4S, it's a little bit more agile. It's a little bit step up. But I would certainly just continue to fly this on 3S and 4S. And I used the smart batteries, the 2200 milliamp batteries. And they were almost all the way forward inside. And then I had it nicely balanced on the CG points on the wing. So I mean, this is just actually a fantastic flying RC airplane. I have to say that the paint job on this one is not the best one, because all the white parts, it's actually just naked foam, and I don't dig this green colors on the wings and on the cowl and over here. I think it's much better when you have like this color all around, or the ones would actually have some yellow on the front part of the cowl. But I mean, it's just a fantastic flying RC airplane. I did experience one issue, because one of the landing gears didn't actually deploy as it should on some occasions, but just to cycle them once more and it worked. So hopefully it's just a new thing for this RC airplane, and when I do actually cycle them enough times, it will solve itself, or I have to do something about them. But it was a minor issue, which I just recycle the landing gears. And it's always a good thing when you are about to land and put down the landing gears to actually have a flyby, so you actually see that the landing gears are deployed, because you will certainly hurt your RC airplane if you land on only one wheel. So I mean, it's just a super fantastic RC airplane. This it might be actually the best E-Flite. Of course, I really like the old P47D, which is not available anymore. I think it's just a fantastic RC airplane. But this one is just as good, and it does look so majestic when it flies. I think it's just a gorgeous RC airplane, a gorgeous Corsair. So that's my thoughts about this E-Flite 1.2 Corsair. It's just a fantastic flying RC airplane.